All right, everyone. Welcome back for another week, catching up with Mark Jones to talk all things Mark Jones racing. Look, Mark, before we hook into this week's runners, where we've got 6 going around across 2 meetings, just a bit of an update. 2 mares, Stylish Memphis and Plutonium Lady, have both been withdrawn for the New Zealand Cup this week. Kicking off with Stylish Memphis, do you just want to talk us through where things are at with her and the main reasons behind the decision to pull her out of the Cup?
Yeah, we just had a wee foot issue. She had a foot abscess that cost her running, and we weren't going to get in this week. So, to be in the New Zealand Cup, you really need a good preparation, and I always like to put my horses first. And being realistic, she's only a 3rd place chance at best, and she'd have to run out of her skin to do that. So we just want to look after her, and she'll be set for the mares races and head back to Sydney in January and that. So as I said, we're not one just to go around the races for the sake of it. So we want to look after her horse, and she'll look after us.
Australia has been a happy place for her. I think looking up today, she's had about 10 starts over there, won $400,000, close to something around that figure. She'll head back to the Jack Trainer stable, I presume, like she did last time, and be aimed towards the Ladyship Mile.
Yeah, she'll definitely go back to Jack. Jack's got a box here ready for her, and she'll race for a few $100,000 there, and the Ladyship for 200, and she can kind of race for 30,000 every week. So when you see what she's won compared to some horse in New Zealand, and she's won probably $500,000, and most of that's been in Australia. The sense is to race those horses there, she can probably win, 30, 40,000 a month without any trouble. So it's definitely a place to be.
Plutonium Lady also comes out. Of course, she raced in the Memphis Cup on Sunday, where, pray to God, we finally got a competitive race thanks to Sam's aggressive tactics early on there, and it was good to see. She just tired late, understandably, but she's come out of the Cup as well.
Yeah, Aaron's like to be driven positive and dressing read Brent White's comments. So it's good a good stayers race, and I think the best horse on the day one besides, Anna Donnelly's one was unlucky to miss away, but she's coming to the Cup. She probably wasn't going to make the field, and she's only going to be a number, so she's going to be served by always be Mickey in the next week or two, and just carry on racing probably through till March if she keeps her form.
Obviously, talking about Plutonium Lady gives us a nice chance to segue into this week's racing action. She heads down to the Waireo meeting at Winton on Thursday, and a nice chance for you too, Mark, to give Carter Dalgetty a chance to have a drive in your colours. Of course, Carter's father Cran, a big part of your career early on in your driving days, and nice to be able to throw him in the sulky and see what he can do using that junior concession.
Yeah, technically it's family, and Cran kind of got my career started, so Carter's wee snot gobbler running around the stables, even though he didn't do much, he's still there being a nuisance. So it's got to give him a drive when they did a junior claim, and he was dead keen to travel down to Invercargill for it, and probably a pretty good effort. He's got a university exam early in the day. He's got to sit by a computer and then drive her, so I don't know which one's going to be harder, but she gets in the right race. She's still got to be in the right mood, but dropping into that race small field, everything seems to be in her favour, and she gets a chance to win that anyway.
I thought 3 really good chances down there tomorrow, obviously kicking off with Ko-Fi Shadow early on in the day. Looks to fall into a winnable race when you take into account the recent form and races that she's been in. Your thoughts on her chances tomorrow?
Yeah, we don't like to travel them too far from home, but just with the 2 and 3-year-olds in the lower grade, Addington gets very tough. So unfortunately, they come down here a mile, probably try to get a good time for her, and she's drawn good. So gets in a winnable race. Whether she can back up a week later shouldn't be a problem, but from there she should get a chance and be pretty hard to beat.
Monaco Grace goes round in what is shaping up to be a really, really nice $12,000 nugget final. Probably a surprise to a few people that she got beat first up, but I think Peter Hunter's filly might be quite smart. How's she come through that run, and can she turn the tables this week?
Yeah, it's good for the club to get a good field for the stake they got on, and I think Peter Hunter's one is pretty good. He went through its former beat. Watch Me Now and that as a younger horse. So she seems good. She's definitely improved and seems healthier and gets the right draw. So it should be an interesting race. But we've got gate speed, and she's a nice filly, and even Clark Barron's one's pretty smart as well. So I think she's an improved filly, our one, and she should be thereabouts.
And we head to what is proving to be a bumper night of racing at Addington on Friday night. Major Memphis didn't think was too bad first up, but you cop another bad draw, which doesn't help the chances. Where are we at this week?
Yeah, it was my fault last week. I put the blinds on and he pulled like a schoolboy. So we'll take him off, and draw 9, he'll just go back and be driven for luck. He is a nice horse in the making, but he's going to take a bit of making. So he'll be driven for luck, and he'll need it. And we just tried him on the fresher side this week. We haven't done a lot with him, so it's probably one to watch, and going forward is one to follow.
You said that Braveview Kelly last week was a horse that we want to watch this campaign, and to be fair, she couldn't have gone much better first up. I thought it was an outstanding run and what was a pretty good field. Would expect improvement from her this week, and she's got a good draw, so she's got to be a nice each way chance again.
Yeah, she looks a strong each way chance. There's a sprint home last week and she made ground. I probably thought her last 50 could have been a wee bit better, but I'm probably a harsh judge. So, she seems good, gets in the right race, got a good draw and got the right driver. So, she gets a chance this week.
The one horse most people will be interested to hear where he's at, Mark, is Majestic Lavros. He goes to the Canterbury Park Trotting Cup, which is looking like it might be one of the races of the season so far. Very good first up behind Sunday Sun running second. Did enough to win just at Oamaru second up, and then was well below what we'd expect in the DG Jones Memorial at Banks Peninsula. It's been a few weeks since then. What's he been doing, and are you happy with him heading into this week?
Yeah, luckily we found an issue, after Moch Carrara, which probably started at Oamaru because he should have won that lot better. So we've probably been a bit easy on him, but his work is good. He looks fantastic and definitely a lot happier with him. He's trotting good in that. So we get an advantage this week, and some of those ones are fresh up, so we can kind of find the front and run along. We get our chance, but Sunday Sun's a great horse, and the 4-year-olds coming through are fantastic. So we're going to have some good racing all year, and we probably get our chance this week, but whether we're good enough, I just don't know at this stage.
Right, 6 runners across the 2 meetings. You had to put your hand on your heart and say one of the 6. Which one would it be for the punting friends out there?
They're all probably they've all got their chance. I'd probably lean towards Braveview Kelly this week, just from a better draw and a drop in grade. She gets a chance.
Excellent, Mark. We're closing in on what's going to be a really busy and great few weeks of racing. So looking forward to catching up again next week, and hopefully we can see the stable colours in the winner's circle a couple of times over the weekend at least. So until next week, we'll catch you later.
Yep, be good. Thanks very much.